Okay, we are recording. Yeah, what the questions that I probably hear the most are like, how do I, convert this person to a customer? Like, what's the best thing to say when they ask this? And um, my goodness, come on, internet. Okay, so real quick, just to kind of touch on the health bet and cover um, kind of everything that we're going to be doing with the health bet. First, we aren't really planning on doing a separate group for the health bet. We're just going to continue to run our regular challenge groups, and then just keep tabs on our people who are buying in. Now, I think we were planning on just doing a team wide um, pot, and then just having people contribute to that big pot, so that way it kind of inflates the size of the pot. um, it kind of gives people that extra incentive, because usually we're doing a $10 buy-in for everyone across the board. Before we've done, if they're not using bod, then it's 20. If they're not using Shakeology, it's 20. But it just gets really challenging to try to keep track of everybody and what they're using and what they're not. So we're just encouraging everyone to use bod and Beachbody supplements. If they are not, we're not going to kick them out. However, like, I will say that they need to be using one or the other. Like, I don't know that I would let somebody into the health bet that's like, oh, I'm using whatever something app and I'm using First Form supplements. Like, well, you kind of got to be doing what we're doing. Like, we're all kind of on the same page. We talk a lot about Beachbody stuff and the benefits and challenges in there that, maybe we'll have somebody do a yoga workout, or we'll do, a spirit week. And one of their challenges is to be using or doing a yoga workout or something like that. So we just prefer that they are using bod and Shakeology. Now, that's kind of a conversation that I feel like is, um, you know, most common that we get is like, hi, Sarah, um, is like, well, I already use a protein powder. I already use, something. I'm happy with the shakes that I use. If they've never signed up before, I just have that conversation with them and I say, listen, like, you're going to be spending $100 for Beachbody On Demand. What do you pay for your current protein shakes? Because chances are they're paying around 50 bucks. And if they're paying around 50 bucks, then they're going to want to try Shakeology or Performance. And I guarantee, unless they're buying like the crappiest, cheapest, whatever, they can't get both protein powder and pre-workout for less than 50 bucks. It's just impossible. I mean, you go to Supplement Superstore, easily spend 40 to 50 bucks on a pre-workout, easily spend 50 to 70 bucks on a protein powder. And that's not even natural stuff. Like, that's artificial sweeteners, artificial flavors. So whenever I have a conversation with somebody about what they're using, I ask them to take a look at the ingredient. And then I ask them to send that to me too. And I will straight up break it down and tell them, like, listen, sucralose, not doing your body any favors. Artificial, FD&C, red number, whatever, not doing your body any favors. So I kind of challenge them to, like, if you're going to elevate your health and fitness, if you are going to take it to the next level, why wouldn't you want to use something that your body doesn't have to work extra hard to try to recognize as nutrients and break down? Why wouldn't you want to use something that's closest to natural as possible? And then, I just share that with them about Shakeology and about the Beachbody Performance line. Like, listen, this is plant-based. Like, everything that's in Shakeology comes from plants. Like, it's not that we're not putting a whole bunch of fillers in here. We're not putting a whole bunch of artificial stuff in here. Like, read through the ingredients. The sugar that's in there is organic cane sugar. It's not, white sugar from a bag on the bottom shelf at the grocery store. And same thing with, flavors. You're getting like strawberry powder for strawberry Shakeology. You're getting cocoa powder for your chocolate in your Performance. And that kind of just challenges somebody to really take a look at what ingredients they're using and what they're putting in their body. And then there's always that 30-day money back guarantee. So I feel like if they're going to try, if here, health bet, for example, here's your 30 days to join us for the health bet. If you have never signed up with me before, like you're going to get everything. You've got a 30-day trial period basically to decide if this is for you or not. And, you know, I think it's like, I never want somebody to be like, cool, I'm going to try this for 30 days and then send it back and get a refund. Like I want somebody to sign up and know that like, I don't want you here for 30 days. I want you here for 12 months. I want you here, you know, I want you here to make this a lifestyle and learn how to make this a lifestyle and do that for the rest of your life. So, you know, where that 30-day money back guarantee is great. And sometimes that seals the deal for people. Sometimes that kind of takes the like pressure off of someone to sign up because like, oh, well, you know what, if I don't like my Shakeology, if I don't like this performance line, I can always send it back. I have a 30-day money back guarantee. So sometimes just letting them know that if they're absolutely like, you know, I'm really hesitant to spend the money, I'm really hesitant to do this, well, listen, give me 30 days. And you are betting on yourself. You're going to work through a workout program for 30 days and you're going to see results. I promise. If you do the workouts, if you follow the nutrition, even if you make some simple changes like cutting out sugar and cutting out booze and cutting out soda or whatever it is, you're going to see some changes. I had a girl one time who she was like, I can't work out because my knee, something was wrong with her knee, but I'm just going to cut out soda and focus on better nutrition. And she lost 16 pounds in 1 month from giving up soda and just keeping like an eye on her nutrition and eating a little bit better. And like, that is huge. I mean, in a month, just getting rid of soda. And then she was like, I don't drink 6 Diet Cokes a day anymore. Like that was a huge victory for her. And that's a lot of soda to be drinking. But like, sometimes those little things that like maybe people like don't really realize, like this is really harming your body, this is really hindering your progress, this is really preventing you from reaching that next set of goals. But I don't know where I was going with that. It kind of just went on a ramble, but I think, you know, this health bet is a really good opportunity to reconnect with people, to really just show them what's possible in 30 days. And this is the time, this week is a really great time to share those 21 Day Fix Extreme transformations, those 30-day, you know, results from doing a program for 30 days. And, you know, diving into, maybe we'll do a message thread or a thread in our team with our 21-day or 30-day picks. So that way we can kind of all recycle them in our stories and stuff this week. And really just focus on like showing people what is possible in 30 days. I anticipate, I mean, if we each bring in 10 people, you know, that pay $10, like we could very easily have a $500 to $800 pot. And that is a lot of money for someone to win. 300. So we do 70% of the pot and we do based on percentage of weight lost. So, so that's kind of like across the board. It kind of keeps the playing field even. So, you know, if somebody loses 20 pounds and they're trying to lose 50 versus somebody who loses, you know, 8 pounds and they're trying to lose 10, it kind of just keeps it, even across the board. So we do for the number one with the most percentage of weight lost, they get 70% of the pot. Second place gets 20% of the pot. Third place gets 10% of the pot. So like yesterday, I gave an example in our challenge group. Like if the pot's $500, like first place gets 350, second place gets 100, third place gets 50. And that's a significant chunk of change. So I would really like to see us drive that pot up this week. I've already had 5 challengers commit already and message me and say, okay, like, you know, I'm in, save me a spot. So we're already at like $50. I am just going to use my PayPal. So we just have it as one spot and and I have a Google spreadsheet as well. So that way we can plug in the name, their email address, who their coach is, and when they've paid. And we'll just kind of keep that document ongoing. So that way we have an idea of how many people are in, and we'll just kind of tally that up, you know, every day.
At Ashley,
I have it.
Link and all that.
Let me see.
I have one of my girls does want to do that, and I told her I knew we were talking this morning, so I figured I'd find out where that was all going.
I am going to put it in the chat right now.
Okay.
And I think, let me see if I can make sure that everyone can, I think you can edit it. Let me see. Can
I
add.
have it in a chat on our team page, and Ashley, you have it in a chat on your team page, correct? In a
Yeah,
thread?
I think I put it, I haven't put it in the team page yet. I'll put it in there right now.
It's in view. It looks like it's view only right now on this one that I just pulled up, but I'll go look.
Yeah, I haven't updated it. I've just been putting their names down as they've told me that they're ready.
Then I was just looking on there. Is your PayPal link on your secretary? Or
No,
your
I need to put that on there. It's just fitmommyashley@gmail.com. It's my PayPal. I have it in one of the documents. Let me just put it in this message thread.
So she can just do that anytime now and send me the $10 for
Yeah.
that.
Yeah. So we will, I think we should close the enrollment at the end of the day on Tuesday the 3rd. You know what? What do you guys think about waiting until that Friday the 6th? What? I didn't hear. Am I frozen? Somebody,
I can see you.
Sarah's frozen, and I think she's
frozen.
Fine with me. Because I have 2 people. Can you hear me? Sorry.
Yeah, I can. Yeah.
I have 2 people who are supposed to sign. It's the story of my life.
You
Am I
cut
still
out.
frozen?
You're frozen. I mean, I can hear you every now and then.
Okay. I have 2 people signing up that week, Friday.
Next, like the 6th. Yeah, I mean, that will give us a chance to like hit Success Club early in the month of March too. If we continue to like, I mean, this, like, I plan on doing Transformation Tuesdays on Tuesday and Thursday this week. And then like a last call, like next weekend. And then like kind of a finalized like Tuesday, Wednesday, you know, and then just because, you know, we're going to have people in our challenge groups that are like, is it too late? Can I still join? Like, is it too, you know, and like that always happens. But yeah, that's fine. I would, I mean, if they're signing up, I think maybe we'll just close it out on the 6th. That's a Friday. And then that will still give them 3 full weeks, the 9th, the 16th, the 23rd, to like complete 21-day fix or something. But I think beyond that, like, it's really hard to win the pot if you don't really give yourself 30 days, you know, like, I mean, I don't want people to feel deprived and rushed and starved and, you know, like I want to give them enough time to really commit. So, so yeah, so we'll plan on closing it out on the 6th, at like midnight, Eastern time.
Okay, so you just said fitmommyashley@gmail.com is the PayPal account.
Yes.
I'm sending a message.
Ashley's, but that means they also have to have their before pictures to you by midnight on the 6th.
Yeah,
Okay.
we will.
Everything has to be into you.
So we're doing before and after. Are they doing measurements or just the weight and before and after?
I am not, I'm encouraging them to do measurements because we are going to be doing like, I mean, if we all chip in like $3, we'll do like a $25 gift card for best overall transformation. And what we've done in the past is we have people like those last few days submit their before and after pictures and like stats at the end. And then we just have kind of the group vote on them. And then those of us that are coaches kind of make that overall like executive decision, like, okay, who should win this? And we've had a girl in the past who I think she lost like 5 or 6 pounds, but she lost like 12 inches everywhere. And like, it was a significant change. So she didn't win like the pot, but, or any of the cash, but she won the gift card because it was like obvious that like, she had a really awesome transformation. So I think that's extra incentive for people too. And then, when people share their transformations, I tell them, I'm not going to share this with anybody. I'm not going to post this all over social media unless you give me permission. And usually when you ask someone like, hey, this is really awesome, do you mind if I share this? I can like crop off your head and make it completely anonymous if you like. Usually people are like, yeah, that's cool. And I think, we've always had a lot of success with the health bet. And I think like a post popped up of mine in my memories not too long ago that we had one of our last health bet groups, we had a combined loss of 145 pounds because I was like holding a note card and it said 145. And that like, that's awesome to share. And to share that as a post and to share that in your stories and like kind of keep track of what people are losing. And then maybe every Saturday we'll do like a statter day, like check in, like how's your progress this week, what did you lose this week, what are your non-scale victories, what are your scale victories, how are you feeling with your workouts, and that just those victories are so great to share. And when you do a post, it's easy to do a post about ourselves because, we have a transformation, we're in it, we're working on ourselves. It's easy to share that all the time. But when you have other people's results that you can share with your followers, like they're like, oh, like there are a lot of people, she is helping a lot of people get results. Like I can certainly join her and do this too. So yeah, some things we'll throw out there this week as far as like suggested posts, and we have that message or that thread in the team page for a reason. If you share something that works, put it in that March Madness Health Bet thread. If you are getting a lot of responses on a certain post that you shared, share that in there so that way we can kind of recycle and use each other's ideas. Because what works for somebody may not work for somebody else, or it might. And sometimes like somebody else's wording kind of triggers something and like clicks and, just kind of helps with the creativity too. Does anybody have any questions? I'm excited. I think Suzanne, yeah. Suzanne. Suzanne, yes.
Are we hosting our own challenge groups, or are we all gonna be in one together?
So I'm just like, we have our like elite experience group. Amanda and I, and a couple other girls are in there, contribute to that group. So it's up to you. You can start your own, you can jump in, with ours, you can jump in with Kelly's, you can kind of do whatever you want to do. I'm not doing a separate group for the health bet per se, because there's so many people in our current group that have shown interest that I feel like, moving them back and forth would be really challenging. What I might do is just like, we'll have that document and we'll have everybody's emails. I might just send an email out to all my people like a couple days before we start and say, hey, just wanted to make sure that, everybody had their money in and that everybody, you're ready to go. Make sure you get your before pictures. I'll probably do a live video in our challenge group, or I'll send out, a message thread, put everybody in like a messenger message thread. But yeah, it's whatever is easiest for you, whatever you want to do. And we're just going to run, like we pay for the Mompreneur Challenge Group upgrade subscription thing, and that gives us challenge group content every month. So I'm just continuing to run the regular challenge group content. Like I'm not doing anything extraordinary for the health bet. Like it's just the same thing, but I'm just making sure that people have their pictures and measurements done, or pictures and weight.
I think that's what, yeah, Kelly and I did last year.
Yeah.
So yeah. Okay. I can take content from that group last year.
Yeah. And I don't think I do like the idea of doing something like a Statter day every week, just to kind of like, what are your victories? What is your progress this week? Like, what are you working on this next week? We always share a meal plan every week. Yeah, I think we'll probably do like a spirit week kind of challenge in there, or like, like a doubles week, or encourage them to do a double workout, or, something like that, just to kind of ramp up the energy. And we did a spirit week the week of Valentine's Day, the week before last, and then did like a little headband giveaway, like for the, if they checked in every day and did the assignment, then they got their name entered. And then we did like a spin the wheel headband thing. So we'll probably do something like that. Again, just to kind of ramp up energy. So I posted in the team page the other day, and I'm just going to go ahead and be completely honest. I did not do anything yesterday for my business except respond to a couple messages via voice message. But I didn't track anything. I didn't write anything down. So I basically didn't work my business at all yesterday. And that's okay, because I had a crazy busy day, and my schedule allows for days off. But I did post in there this coach invite push, and I did a little live video about it with this little document about with 20 spots. Actually, it was 19. I miscounted, so I had to add another row on the bottom. But a document with, with 20 spots for inviting every day. And my goal is to, every single day, reach out to or have a conversation with 20 new people, 20 separate people from the day before. Like I said, Friday was a bust, but for the next 5 days, going until Wednesday, because this goes Thursday through Wednesday, just like our business activity tracker does. That is my goal. And it's to, post something in stories that elicits a response. It's a call to action post. It's, messaging people who are viewing my stories and just sending them a quick little, like, hey, I saw you pop in my stories. So nice connecting with you on here. I don't know if you saw, but we have a health bet kicking off March 1st, where you can, work out and a chance to win the cash pot. I don't know if you would be interested, but I'd love to send you some more details. And that's like the gist of my messages. Like, I don't go into huge detail. I just give them a little hint of like, what's coming. This is starting on this day. If you'd like some more info, would you like me to send it to you? And a lot of times the response is, yes, please send me the info or send me the details. So I have that Google Doc that I've also shared in the team page, but I'm going to post it in the chat here too. So if you want to look at it while I'm talking about it, you can. But this just kind of explains the health bet. This just kind of explains, the details, and you can use this, you can copy paste, you can make your own, you can, whatever you want to do, and I think this just gives them a little document of reference that they can refer to and kind of see what the details are. Because a lot of times, like, people are like, sure, send me the details. And then we freeze and we're like, well, it's this group, and then there's workouts, and then, and it's kind of challenging to put that into words sometimes. So sending them this document, or sending them like an image that says, like what we do, or like, this is what your workouts are like. And then a lot of times, like, I've had people say like, oh, is this with Beachbody? Like, do you guys use Beachbody? And I'm like, yeah, actually I partner with Beachbody because the workouts and the nutrition are hands down the best in the biz. And they've been helping me and my clients get results for the last nearly 6 years or whatever. So then I just kind of walk through that basic conversation. I think it's really important that the conversation is kind of driven by them initially, that they share what their goals are, they share what their struggles are, they share what their challenges are, and we ask them a lot of questions, like what do you like to do for fitness? Like, what does fitness mean to you? Like, what would it mean to you to win this health bet? And then when you can kind of help somebody visualize, like, all right, where do you see yourself in 30 days? Like, if you commit to 30 days of workouts and nutrition, like, what is that going to look like to you? What would you do with an extra $300 if you won this health bet? You know, little questions like that, like, somebody can visualize, like, oh, well, hell, like, I would totally buy myself some new workout clothes and a brand new pair of shoes. Like, or, you know, I would take my husband out for a fancy dinner and go buy a new dress, and, you know, like, or I would buy a new swimsuit. And I think we've done that for the gift card in the past. We've done like a gift card to like Victoria's Secret or something like that, like toward, you know, a swimsuit or whatever, since that season is coming. But that kind of helps bridge that, like, oh, you're just telling me that I have to purchase something, into a, like, oh, like, what happens if I commit to this? Like, where can I see myself in the next 30 days, in the next, you know, and then I just give them that little boost of encouragement. Like, you know what, this group is great because this is going to be a really, really good jumpstart. And then you move into my long-term accountability community. So you're not just getting me for 30 days, like, you're getting me for as long as you will have me until you kick me out of your life, because that's typically, like, I'm good. I don't need your coaching anymore. I reached my goals. But giving them that, like, extra piece of the puzzle, you know, it's not just a 30 days. Like, yeah, we're going to do this health bet for 30 days and you can be done after 30 days, or you can continue on in my accountability community. So let's take a minute now to kind of go through our, either your last Facebook post, with your, if you've done a health bet post, go back to that, or that if you've made a list of people from that post, or going into your stories, and let's send out, well, we'll spend the next 5 minutes sending out messages, to people who who have been viewing our stories. And, like, for my people who have been a challenger before, or that, like, maybe they have a current BOD subscription, I'm just sending them the document and I'm just asking them, like, what are you doing right now for your workouts? Like, are you still using Shakeology? Are you still using Performance? And then just kind of having that conversation with them. Like, and I did a live video in our challenge group yesterday explaining, like, the benefits of Shakeology and performance, and like why, if you're doing challenging workouts, like why you need that recover for your muscle repair, like why, if your nutrition is terrible, like why you need Shakeology to kind of give you that good nutrition, and kind of fill the gaps. And I've had several people say like, well, do I have to use Shakeology in performance? No, I'm not making it a requirement. However, like I challenge them to like take a look at their nutrition and challenge them to take a look at like how they're feeling after their workouts. Or, if somebody says to me, well, I just really struggle to get up in the morning. I'm like, why are you not using Energize? Like you should use Energize then. Like snort it next to your bed at 5 a.m. and then get your butt downstairs and start working out. So that's another, like, try it for 30 days. And then we do have that option for them to purchase a completion pack. So that way they can get, like, and the bar ones are on sale right now. So they can get bar access to for 130. And if they want to add anything in, then if it's more than 140, there's that $10 promo code that we got, $10 off promo codes that we can still offer them. People that are purchasing a brand new challenge pack, brand new enrollment, I may, and I haven't even done this yet because I haven't signed anybody up with a brand new challenge pack yet, just specifically for the group. But I was going to do, for the first 3 people that sign up, I was going to waive their $10 enrollment, which means I'm just going to put $10 in the pot for them. But you don't have to do that. I'm just letting them know, like, oh, it's a $10 buy-in across the board. But if they're purchasing a brand new challenge pack, I was going to offer that extra incentive for my first 3 people that signed up. So I would really encourage doing a post tomorrow, late afternoon, evening, about the health bet. Whether you post a transformation picture or just that little post that I had posted, like the health bet is on, drop a shamrock if you're feeling lucky, like cash pot, prizes, whatever. Or, we've done that post that's with the hearts, and it's like, what are your goals for 2020? We're doing a health bet, like, and then they drop a heart, like if they want to, lose 1 to 5 pounds, lose 10 to 20 pounds, work on their nutrition, whatever it is. But I would plan on doing a Sunday night post and a series of stories Sunday evening, because that's when most people are on social media and thinking about, like, oh my gosh, I made a lot of bad decisions this weekend. I really need to get back on track. And then they see that post and they're like, oh, maybe this would be that incentive. And I just love, like, yeah, it's great to get people signed up and sell challenge packs and stuff like that. But I love the transformations that come out of a group like that, when everybody is like all in, balls to the wall, like ready to commit, and challenges themselves and works really hard for the month of March for the health bet group. All right. Did anybody get some messages sent out? Have some conversations?
But we'll see where they go.
Yeah. And I'm going to put in the chat real quick. All right, so there's a message that that you can use. All right, so let's move into some follow-ups. So whenever I sit down to do like a power hour, I use my business activity tracker, but I really try to focus most on connecting with people, sending those initial conversations, and then doing follow-ups. And I don't do a ton of, I try to keep my power hours separate from time that I'm like working on creating content or checking into my challenge group or writing a post, because I feel like that's stuff that I'm going to do anyway. But like when I sit down to do a power hour, like my time needs to be focused on like IPAs, income producing activities, like what is going to build and grow my business. It's connecting with people who are watching my stories, engaging on my posts, and have started a conversation with me somehow in the form of a heart on a post or a shamrock on a post or whatever that is. So when I sit down to power hour, it's new conversations, new connections, and then working through those follow-ups as well. So I'm going to go into a couple follow-ups real quick, and I'll share some of those in the comments. So go through your list of people, and if they haven't committed or if you've messaged them before, or maybe they were interested in December, like sometimes I flip back through my notebook and I go back to people that were interested in signing up in December and then never signed up, and I send them a message and I'm like, hey, I know it probably wasn't a good time for you last month or whatever it was. But I wanted to just reach out and let you know that we have a Health Bet group kicking off on March 1st. It's a chance to jump in, work through better nutrition workouts, and win the cash pot. If you are interested, I'd love to send you some more details. And then I just kind of keep it at that. I don't say anything about price. I don't say anything about Beachbody. I don't say anything about Shakeology. I just basically need to know if they're interested or not. And if they're not, then I say, you know what? Awesome. Like I will reach out to you about my next group. And unless they're like, please don't reach out to me ever again. And that rarely, if ever happens. Usually they're like, okay, cool. Or it's still not a good time for me. Or yeah, actually I would love some info. So we'll work through some follow-ups. And then everyone that I'm having that conversation with about like enrollment, I am 100% encouraging them to sign up as a coach for the discount. And I tell them, like, you know, I don't want you to just use Shakeology for 30 days and be done. You know, this is a lifestyle. So if you are going to try some other products too, possibly, and sometimes that's a good time to mention, like, oh, well, I also use the collagen and it comes out to be less than $1 a day as a coach, because you get 25% off. Or, you know, if you want to try Energize, and what I do sometimes when I send that share a cart, if they're just doing a Shakeology challenge pack, I will add on the 10 packet sampler of Energize packets. And I'll just tell them, hey, I put in your cart a 10 pack sampler of Energize. Feel free to take it out, but that's like my go-go juice in the morning. That gets me up and going and gives me a lot better endurance during my workouts. And I thought you might want to try it. More often than not, they'll keep it in there because they want to try it. So that's just kind of an extra. And then that next month, they're like, oh my gosh, that was amazing. Like, I totally need to order some more of that stuff. How do I do that? And it gives them a chance to just kind of try it before they buy it. Sure, I send out samples and stuff too. But when you're building a cart, just to add that extra thing in there. And then what I love that Beachbody does now is they have all those offers that pop up. Like, do you want to add in a 3-day refresh? Do you want to add in beach bars? And a lot of times they see that and they can't resist. And sometimes I mention that, like, about beach bars. Like, I'll say, you know, if you want, if you need like an easy snack, try beach bars. And I don't know if you guys noticed, but like in our challenge groups, people ask that a lot. Like, oh, I'm really struggling with a healthy snack. And my questions are you using Shakeology? Are you using beach bars? Like, those are two super easy, no-brainer, good snacks. And so giving them that extra little boost in their cart.
How often do you, for lack of a better term, bug people when they, you know, put you off? Like, what is your go-to time frame? Like, it's the, you know, a lot of the same things. Well, it's too expensive, maybe later, you know, all those kind of things. I'm interested, but I don't know that I want to, you know the drill. I mean, how often do you run back around and you know, them?
It kind of depends. Like, if they haven't responded, usually a few days I'll come back and I'll say, hey, like, I'm not sure if I said something that upset you, but I just wanted to check back in and see if you were still interested, because I have other people that are, and I wanted to make sure that you had a spot. And a lot of times when you say something like that, like, did I say something that offended you, or like, you know, then a lot of times they're like, oh my gosh, no, I'm sorry, like, I got so busy and blah blah blah, completely forgot. or they just don't respond again. And I'm like, okay, cool. Like
Yeah.
I'll catch back up with you in a month or two or something.
Right.
And then if they were a no in December, I may come back in January for my next group. And then if there's still a no or a no response, I'll give it a couple months before I come back and say something again. Like I have a girl who legit follows my Insta stories every day and has for the last 4 years. And every now and then she clicks on a poll and she has never once responded to my messages.
Really?
So I send her a message like every few months and I'm like, hey girl, not giving up on you. I've still got a group open. Like you let me know when you're ready. And she never responds and she sees my messages every time and she watches my stories. And I'm like, I mean, I'm here. Like I'm not going anywhere. And like, I want her to know that like, I'm still here. Like we're still doing our thing. Like whenever you're ready.
That's amazing. Somebody has that much willpower to hold off for 4 years.
Right. Like, I mean,
at that point, don't you just say, I'm going to try it? Like,
I know, like, what do you have to lose? I mean, give it a shot.
that's crazy.
So, I haven't done in my stories, I haven't done that in a while. Like, hey, I see you watching me. Like, I see you showing up in my stories every single day. Like, are you going to do this or not? Like, you can keep watching. Or I saw a girl that I'm friends with. She's a coach. Her name is Janelle Tubbs. She always has real good posts. And she did one, was it yesterday? The day before. And she was like,
on Instagram?
continue to complain or make the change. It was like a before and after. And she said, feeling paralyzed on where to start when it comes to your fitness journey, feeling like you have to work out every day, cut out all the junk, starve yourself, meal prep, and count every calorie. False in Dwight Schrute's voice. All you have to do is start somewhere, anywhere. I give healthy recipes, teach moderation, give you access to workouts that are less than 30 minutes and accountability and love in on your journey. Next boot camp kicks off in a few days. Are you going to watch another one pass by or start? Comment info below or slide into my inbox. And just a super simple, like, before and after picture, like, I don't know what her Instagram is, but she's Janelle Tubbs on Facebook. She's within like the Dream Team organization. She's one of Megan Blinka's coaches. But I saw that yesterday, like continue to complain or make the change. And I'm like, that's it, man. Like that's super simple and gets the point across. And she's very direct in a lot of her posts. And I think that confidence shines through and really encourages a lot of people too. Because she's always on the top of the leaderboards every month and she's just really direct in her posts. So I was going to try to do something similar to that and use kind of similar language today. Okay, so follow-ups and then that's basically, I mean, I think we're kind of there, like just kind of a repeat of that for the next week, adding in some health bet posts and call to actions pretty much every day. I direct people to my stories. I direct people to my Instagram, to my Insta stories. If I'm in my stories, I'll say like, make sure you scroll back through because I just posted about the health bet details. Suzanne, yeah, I can add some stuff in there. And yeah, just really working on that engagement and getting people engaged. And I think that's kind of what we'll do this week. Throw out some transformations, maybe talk about like how, and you guys feel free to use, like in my memories that popped up that we had 145-pound weight loss for that last health bet. Feel free to say that. I mean, in our team's last health bet, we had a combined 145-pound weight loss. And in 30 days. Yeah, that's something that you can definitely use. And as I just messaged a girl who had put a shamrock on my post. She's a challenger of mine already. And she just said, okay, I'll send you that right now. I love these health bet groups. They always get my butt in gear. So I mean, that is something that could easily be turned into a post too. Like sometimes it takes a little extra incentive to like get your butt moving. Well, here's the thing. I've got the incentive. I've got the group. Like, what are you waiting for? Yeah, let me put some follow-up posts in the chat.
You guys, obviously, you guys use like those special, that mompreneur and all that stuff to make your stuff look pretty. Is there a way that's easy to like, 'cause, I mean, like I found it's easy to copy and paste and reorganize like what you guys are saying on some things, but like if I like give a picture you've made that looks really pretty, can you reuse that, or what's the best way to do that? Like, you know, like your starting picture that has like the, you know, the get your attention thing.
I like just for like selfies and stuff, like sometimes I just change my clothes and take a bunch of pictures and then use them throughout the week. Like I did that the other day. I took a few different pictures that I can use for
Well, aren't you sneaky?
what?
Aren't you sneaky?
So this other coach, Jen Guthrie, we had at a leadership retreat, she talked about how on Sundays she gets her 7 workout outfits out for the week, and she goes out to her gym and she takes a selfie in a different workout. So she uses it for her morning post, and she's not teaching anymore, but she was a full-time teacher, and she's like, here's the thing. She's like, I'm getting up and working out every morning. That's a given. And I'm in my stories, but she's like, I pre-write my posts and my pictures like in advance. And then she just posts them as the week goes on. So she doesn't have to like get the perfect angle or stop and pause. And she's like, so I'm not like making it up she's like, I'm still working out, and people can see that when they're following my stories and stuff. But she's like, I just do the picture and the post, you know, in advance.
Well, who would have thought?
I do that. So like if we're somewhere like the other day we toured the new pool where Bria swims, and it's like this old warehouse that they have put into a fitness facility now. And I text Tracy and I was like, we're coming over to take pictures. I mean, like I'll do that. Like if we're traveling, I'll do that too. Like if there's a cool wall, if there's whatever, I'm just like, take a picture, and I don't know what I'll use it for, but at least then I have a picture and I just have them. And then I usually write my post for the entire week. Sometimes they change. Like sometimes I'm like, nah, that's not really what I'm feeling today. This is on my heart. But then I have that post for later on when my brain isn't working. So like I've already written my post for tomorrow, and it's just a lifestyle. I have 2 posts for tomorrow. Both are already written. One's a lifestyle. Brady starts state championship tomorrow. So I usually, especially like this week, if Brady wins tomorrow, both kids are in state all week until next Sunday. So all my posts will be written.
Okay. Can you
For me,
schedule those then, I'm assuming, too? There's a way to
no.
Not on
Instagram or anything, or you still have to just go in and post them?
Yeah.
you can use there is an app called Plann, PLANN,
Okay.
and it's for your Instagram, and you can go in and you can like you can plug in posts, you can move them around in your feed to like see how they look.
Okay.
And you can write all of your content. So I'll do that, and then I'll just copy, like I'll save, my post will save in there, and then I'll just copy it over to Instagram.
Okay.
And then Facebook too, because I do that a lot, is I share from both Instagram to Facebook. But yeah, Plann is a good one. I can't remember. There's another something post. I don't know what it is.
I don't know.
Who was
I always just
on
copy and paste.
on the call, or I'll write it in my notes in my phone too. Like I'll write out a post. Like I have
Yeah.
several posts in my notes that I need to post for this week. And And like when we went to Vegas, like I took a bunch of different pictures in front of a bunch of different walls and stuff that I can use for posts, this week. And I have one that I need to use for this week too. And I usually tend to use those a lot more for coaching because I think they're like attention grabbing. And I try to do more fitness ones for challenge groups. But yeah, like, I mean, Planoly, that's right, Kelly. Thanks, Kelly. Yeah, like if we're out somewhere and I'm like, I see like a cool wall or like something that would make a good picture. Luke knows, like he just embraces it.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah.
Go
Eric
over there.
too, or
Take
Brady.
the lighting is stand over here. Take this picture.
Like when we were at the Arch, like I'm like, ooh, this steel background is really cool. And Brady's like, oh, just go stand over there, Mom. I'll take it.
Yeah.
Like, thanks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. We train them up well. Yes, Suzanne, I need to put some stuff in the chat real quick, and then we'll wrap up. Whoops, didn't mean to send.
I'm still yet to work out. I'm 11 minutes in.
Me either. Not gonna lie, like it was my friend Nina's birthday last night and we went out and had lots of beers and I was like, I'm not getting up at 6 o'clock on Saturday morning. I am sleeping in, and I did.
I had I had a real shit-tastic week, as did one of our good friends. So we all went to dinner and had fish and beers.
Yeah.
I had beers after school, but I had lots of fish fry last night.
Yum. That sounds great. We went to this
So,
like little hole in the wall. Like her husband texted me the other day and he's like, hey, we're going to Mandy's. And I'm like, wait, like Mandy's? Like on like the corner, the like real skis ball bar? He's like, yeah. And I'm like, okay. Well, they had karaoke last night and like it was real bad. Like karaoke was terrible. And we just played darts and drank beers, and like the bartender was like, she was like 85, just tattoos everywhere. Yeah. And like just, I mean, like frozen beer mugs like in the reach-in cooler, like it was cool.
That was us. We ate at like a little like biker bar.
Mm-hmm.
Or
Yeah, it's a total biker bar.
We drank. That's where we drank after school yesterday. It was like a little biker bar. Like, it's same thing. Like I had the best beer of my life. I told Eric last night. I was like, that was the best beer I've had in a really long time.
Yeah.
It was a bad week if I'm drinking beer because I like it makes me sick to my stomach. Like I like it, but I like my stomach swells up and I look like I'm pregnant. So if I'm eating a fish fry and drinking beer, I just found out my school closed. That's what that means. I just found out my school closing.
That's
what that means.
That's ridiculous. I can't believe we're just gonna close your school. It's fine. Just good luck.
Yeah.
How does that work? Like, I don't even know how, what are the, I mean, I don't know how the logistics of that works. What do they do then?
We're combining with another school. So my building is my building's a 1-3 building, and we have a 4-6 building, like across North 2nd.
Okay.
And we're combining with them. So we'll go and be a full.
So you're gonna have to move, just, it's not like you're losing the school, you're just moving.
Well, I mean, there's gonna be some teachers, I think, who don't get positions. Only because, like, I've been teaching 15 years, like, and I have really good evaluations, so I'm not overly worried. Like, I have the 4th highest seniority in my building.
Mhm.
There's definitely going to be 4 spots. Like, so, I'm not worried, and I'm not overly worried for my really close friends, but there will be people who lose their jobs, for sure.
Yeah, that's scary.
Yeah. And it's hard to watch your building close. Like,
Right.
I think for a lot of people, it's a really hard adjustment because they've never been in a building with older kids. I have. So it's been a really hard week, a really, really hard week. Because
Yeah,
you know
I'm
that.
sorry, that sucks.
And so one of our best friends, Brady's best friend's mom, like, there's like 3 of us families that are together like a lot, and we hang out. She's the principal at the other building. So she had to tell her staff, like, 1, some of you may not have jobs because you don't have enough seniority, and 2, everything you know is changing because we're moving over.
Right.
So
That's crazy.
All right. So I am just gonna put a lot of these things into a document, and I'll just post it in the team page, just conversation scripts.
Thank you.
you're welcome.
Yeah.
I say you're welcome. I wasn't even here. Have a great day.
Sarah, my school district did that 3 years ago. What year?
Yeah.
They didn't close the school, but we moved a grade level over. So everybody had to switch up and change. And
Yeah. It's like they're taking our 6th graders right now are at the elementary school, and they're moving the 6th graders to the middle school, which I think is great. Like, I'm a middle school parent, and Brady would have benefited for sure going last year. But I mean, I feel bad for the people. Like, I mean, if you've been teaching under 5 years, you're not. I mean, I don't know. I mean, they'll probably have a job. Like, we have 7 elementary schools. So you're going to have a job. It just might not be with us anymore.
yeah.
Right.